Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Don, you know what I'm saying? AKA Dope Boy Vlogs. And today, as you can tell in the description, or the title below, what this video is gonna be about, right? It's gonna be my thoughts on Forex and the Forex industry. I get asked a lot of questions about trading, about Forex, you know, my thoughts on it and how I feel about it and all that stuff. So I just decided to make a video to put on my channel and let people know, you know, what I feel about Forex. You know what I'm saying, my thoughts on all this. So I got like a little piece of paper here that I'm gonna kind of go off of. I'm gonna go off kind of this paper, but it's still gonna be kind of off the top of my head anyway, because it's not really, you know, things that you can write about Forex when I sit down and think about it. You know, it's just how you feel. So the first thing is, you know, I wrote down was why I like Forex, and the pros and cons to Forex. Honestly, I like Forex because it's just something that's like too good to be true, right? That's what most people would think, or how it portrays itself in some aspects. But it's not, you know what I mean? It's one of those things, like I said, it does seem that way, but it is definitely true. It is definitely real, and I like it because for me personally, it allows me to have freedom, right? I haven't worked a job since 2018, I think. I want to say 2017, 2018, I think it was. I haven't had a job since then, or like a long-term job, I should say. You know, trading has shown me a lot about myself. It's shown me a lot about my mental, as far as like, you know, growing and looking at things different. Like it really makes you evolve as a person when you get into trading. I can say that. And you know, just being able to be a part of something that, like I said, is going to give you like freedom, which is big, right? Because I quote this to a lot of my students and people all the time. When we think about life, right? When you're born, the first thing a lot of our parents, or, you know, the people that raise us, they tend to, you know, get you to want to go to college and get a good degree so you can get a good job, because that's ideal success. And, you know, I feel like success to me is you being able to live the life that you want to live and do the things that you want to do without, you know, any type of restrictions. And I'm not saying go out here and be wild, but, you know, like just being able to, like right now, if I wanted to go to fucking California, I could just up and go, right? Without calling my boss or telling somebody, hey, I'm about to go to California. You could just do it. So Forex kind of allows that, you know what I mean? Because it's not anything else out here that's paying you, you know, because honestly, you're paying yourself, but it's not anything else out here that's paying you the money that you can make to be able to do what you want to do. So, and then, like I said, it's a lot of other pros. I mean, we could go down to the money, like I said, the freedom, you know, just the knowledge in itself. That's a big pro, because nobody can take that away from you. It's a lot, you know, like I said, that's why I said you can't necessarily write anything down as far as like what's a true pro for or con for Forex. So, but cons, right? Off my mind, I feel like the few cons that Forex has is getting into the game and not knowing, you know, exactly what to do is a big con, because people slip into depressions or have, you know, bad trading experiences, and that's a con, you know what I mean? A lot of times people don't have mentors and coaches. Like myself, I didn't have a mentor and a coach. I got into this game, didn't have nobody to tell me anything, and it's hard trying to learn this by yourself. And that's why I'm kind of doing what I'm doing now with my YouTube channel, decided not to do a course and all that, because I would want people to, you know, be able to go to a reliable source to get the knowledge they need to get, you know what I mean? And if you don't have coaching, like how I'm thinking about it is like, all right, if you don't have coaching, you can go to my channel and probably learn, you know what I mean? If you don't want to spend that money, because some people can catch these videos and learn and be able to apply this knowledge and still learn it without coaching and mentorship. Some people just need that extra help. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, the losing money part, the like I said, the mental part, because with losses and you losing your real money, that can bring a lot of, you know, bad situations to your mental. So those are the cons of Forex, and that's why I normally like tell people don't jump in live accounts straight away. If you can trade demo, definitely do so. But like I said, it's not really a cons that you can write, you know what I mean? Some stuff is just, you know, expectations versus reality, and that's not, to me, really a pro or a con. Like, you get people that get into this game and they thinking that as soon as they start trading, they should make, you know, 5, 10,000, 1,000, all this type of money in a day. And I wish. I'll give you a little back history on myself. When I got into trading, my first live trading account, I funded it with $250. And I didn't trade the first live day, but the second day I did, I made like $1,600 overnight, right? I felt amazing. I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. But what ended up happening is every day after that, I lost. And I literally blew the whole entire account because I didn't know what I was doing. Now, for some people, that can, like I said, bring on some mental problems. Like, you can really start feeling some type of way because of what just happened. And like I said, that shit is real. So, but those are kind of like pros and cons of Forex. But, you know, I love Forex for a lot of reasons. And like I said, there's too many to be trying to list and go over this video about. I mean, that could be a long video. But the next part is just the industry in itself. The Forex industry, man, is it's pretty crazy. When I say the Forex industry is crazy, I mean, it's literally crazy. You got people out here doing some amazing shit in Forex. You got some people out here doing some bad stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, be honest. Like, I need a lot of people to understand this. So I hope this video does spread enough to where people can be informed correctly. It is not, put it like this, Forex is its own thing, right? It is its own separate thing. Like, if you're trading Forex, you're just trading, right? Because people have the assumption that Forex is IML or it's a multi-level marketing company, which is not. Forex is its own thing. You can get into this and you can trade independently. You don't have to, you know, trade with a company or none of that. You can trade by yourself. Or you can be a funded trader, or you can go with the multi-level marketing company and trade. It just depends on what works best for you. So it's alike, and that's why the industry is kind of, you know, weird, because you have people, like I said, out here confusing newer people getting into this game and have them thinking that Forex is, like I said, a multi-level marketing industry, and it's not. You know, like I said, Forex is just trading. Like, it's a trading platform or a trading let me just say platform, you know, right? Because I'm not about to make it more confusing than what it probably can be. But just like stocks or commodities or options, you got Forex, right? It is its own thing. It is not a multi-level marketing company. Myself, I am an independent trader. You know, at one point I did do MLM. I joined IML twice. You know, and nothing bad on IML. There's good people there, there's bad people there. I mean, just like a job, right? You could work a job right now that has good people that work with you and good bosses, and you got good bosses and bad bosses. You know, that's just the life of, that's life. So it's not necessarily nothing bad with IML. I just feel like, you know, you got to get with a good team and good people. But which, like I said, I know a few, and my thing is, when it come down to it, I'm a person that believes in real. So I just be expecting people to actually separate themselves from marketers and traders, right? If you're a trader and you letting people know that I'm really trading, like, tell them that, you know what I'm saying, which most traders do. But if you're a marketer, don't finesse the people out here to make them feel like you're a trader when you're not. That kills me. I hate that shit, because you make it harder for traders like myself that actually try to help people out, you know, because they thinking that they're getting into something different, and that's not the case. So like I said, you don't have to necessarily trade you know, with a company. You could trade independent. All you got to do is just get a broker, which I'm going to have a video on my page soon showing you how to literally go to any of these brokers that I've used or I still use, and sign up with the broker, start your account, how to fund your account, how to withdraw. Like, I'm gonna show you guys how to do all that, because you can trade independently. Then, like I said, you do have multi-level marketing companies like IML, which, like I said, is once again is not a bad thing, right? Because if you get in there and you're with the right people, you can see success. There's nothing wrong with that. So, like I said, but if you want to trade with a company, you definitely can. Now, like I said, my recommendation is I would just prefer to do it on my own, due to the fact that you have people wanting you to do something else versus, you get me, actually trading. That's just my my thoughts on that. And then you actually have funded traders, which is something I've heard about plenty of times before, and it's been coming about a lot more, where you could get funded by a company and to trade for their money, but they'll let you keep a certain amount of the profits. And I've been thinking about getting into it, because risk management is one of the things I've been starting to stand myself on a lot. And one of the companies I'm looking at getting into, they will fund you up to $100,000 to trade with, and you can keep 70% of the profits. So pretty much saying they're going to give you a $100,000 account, you can trade on it, and whatever you make, you keep 70% of that, which is pretty dope. You don't have to trade with your own money, and if you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money off this $100,000. So like I said, it's something I've definitely been looking at getting into. So like I said, funded traders are, to me, probably like the next wave of what's going to be happening for a lot of people, because a lot of folks, when it comes down to trading, this might go back into the pros and cons of trading. Not everybody has money to just start trading, right? And when I say money, I mean like $5,000 capital, or $2,000, or $1,000 capital. Like, and when I say just have it, like, some people out here have $1,000, don't get me wrong, but when I say really have it, I mean, hey, I could take 1,000 right now, fund a live account, and start trading. Even if I lose this $1,000, I'm good, right? I'm still gonna be good to make sure my bills are straight. I can still eat. I can still take care of my kids. That's what I mean by having that $1,000, right? You have people out here who have $1,500 to their name, and they see stuff with trading, and they're like, hey, I need to get in this ASAP, right? And they're willing to just throw up their $1,000, and it's like, look, don't do that, because if you lose that, you're down to that last 500 you have, and you don't want to do that shit. So like I said, I think funded traders are going to be the next wave, because just to give you an example, the company I'm looking at, they are only requiring, like, to get funded $100,000, they're only requiring you to make 10% growth on this account within a minimum of 10 days and a max of 30. And there's some other little challenges you got to do, but that's the main gist of it, which is not hard at all. Especially when we're talking about $100,000, it is probably, I can't tell you how easy it is to make 10 grand on a $100,000 account, especially if you know what you're doing. 10% growth, like, it's ridiculous. So I feel like when people really start understanding the game and understanding risk management, understanding how to play their part correctly with trading and not force anything, I think, like I said, a lot of people are going to go the route to get funded, because you don't have to trade with your own money, right? You just pay a fee, get an account from them, which will be demo, because you got to prove yourself first. But after that, they will fund you, the money. And that's dope. That's super fucking dope. That's why I say, even myself, I'm thinking about doing it, because just for the fact I don't have to trade my own money, right? I can get $100,000 of somebody else's money, trade it, and take 70% of the profits. You know what I mean? Like, that is beyond wow. And you can take that money, reinvest it into other stuff, put it into your own trading accounts, still trade, and it's a lot. You know what I mean? That's, like I said, that's super, super cool. Next is mindset. Mindset is big in trading. As I was saying earlier, the trading game is 90% mental. So you really got to understand how to work the game, right? You got to really understand that everything is not going to happen overnight. Nothing is literally going to happen overnight. And as much as we would want it to, don't get me wrong, now overnight success can happen in trading. I haven't seen it happen for a couple of people, but I wouldn't always just, expect it to be one of those things that happen, right? Literally play the game like somebody tells you to, because a lot of people get into this, like I said, and they want to make their own rules. And a lot of times those are the people that fail. You know, you may end up eventually winning, but you're gonna take a longer time to win versus than somebody that's been in and saying, hey, don't do this or do it like this, because you know you can make your pathway quicker. Just to give you guys an example of what I mean, I was telling one of my boys last night, right? And I explained this to one of my lady students. She had she trades options and Forex, and I was telling her like, hey, she made about, I want to say like $83 in a day trading, but she had a $500 account. And I told her, I said, hey, that's over 10% growth, you know, on that account. That's good. That's really, really good. And she was like, you know, asking kind of like, how was that really good? And I was kind of explaining to her, like, think about it in this perspective. If you have a $10,000 account and you made, you know, 10% in a day trading on that $10,000 account, that is $1,000. So when you really think about it, everybody that gets into trading wants to make $1,000 a day. So, you know what I mean? That's what I mean by that, right? It's obvious, you know what I mean? The same thing, like going back to that flooded account situation. If you have a $100,000 account, right, that's 10 grand a day. So who doesn't want to make 10 grand a day? You don't even have people out here that make 10 grand a month. You know what I mean? So like, that's, you know, the mindset part. You want to be able to, you know, understand that it's not, like I said, going to work that way every day. Not the 10% part. The 10% part can't happen, but as far as every day being a big day. But as far as when I was explaining to my boy, I was telling him, right, when you literally think about it, you can find opportunities in the market and like predict your trade to give you 5 to like 10%, right? And you're only going to risk like, let's say 2 to 5 on that trade, right? You're going to risk 2 to 5% that possibly make 5 to 10. And it's a possibility you could wake up in the morning and have, you know, saying 20, 30, 40% growth on your account due to that trade giving you a lot more. I've seen it happen multiple times. So that's why I always tell people, you use proper risk management, because, you know, if the trade gives you way more and potentially more after that, you can, you know, then make that crazy growth that you want to make. But other than that, follow the plan, you know, because like I said, if you have a, you know, $10,000 account or even $1,000 account, you know what I'm saying, 10% growth in a day is $100. Even my risk management and compound plan that I use, not even a compound plan, let's go ahead and X that out. There's just a risk management part in itself. My plan is based off of $300, right? Starting out, which is real low. A lot of people will be saying that's too low to start with trading. But in my eyes, I feel like it's a decent account balance, you know what I mean? Especially to start growing. But my risk management plan shows you how to literally take that $300 account to $1,000. But it's 2 sets of risk, well, 4 altogether. But you know, you have your low risk and you have your high risk. With the low risk, it's anywhere between, I want to say like 1.3% up to like 3.3, and then the high risk is like 5% up to like 16. And that's just what you're risking. But like I tell my students, the setups that we find, you can potentially get, you know, 6 for 1, 7 for 1, and that's your risk to reward, right? So you might risk, you know, that 30 pips, but you're going to make, you know what I'm saying, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120. I was showing some setups out the other day. One setup I took like, I want to say 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. It was on AU. I think I risked about 10 pips to get 116. UJ, if you look at UJ from this day, it's February 2nd. If you go back and look at UJ from this day to about a week before, major drop. I caught that drop off. And I only was aiming for 100 something points. I think I risked about 15 to 20. I think I was aiming for like 120 points, but literally from a week from today, not a week from today, but a week before today, it dropped 450 points, like up until today. So, you know, and that's a crazy ratio. If you can literally hold that trade for that long, it only took 9 days to get 450 points. And that's a lot. So that's why I said mindset is big. You know, you got to literally be disciplined. You literally got to be on top of the game, and, you know, not try to do too much outside of the norm. You know what I mean? Other than doing like minor tweaks to your strategy, stuff that work for you, I wouldn't recommend, you know, trying to detour off a plan if somebody has one that works. And you know, like I said, even with my risk management, a compound plan, with my risk management plan, there is a compound plan with it that shows you how to flip $1,000 to 20K in like 15 trades, which is very doable, you know what I mean, in a short period of time, you know, like maybe a week or two. And I'm that's pretty short to me. Now, some people might say it's aggressive in a sense, but it's not. You're only aiming for 10 to 30 pips every trade and only risking about 20 pips. So you'll know your loss prior to a trade if you lose that trade, and you'll know what you're going to make. But once again, the way I recommend my students to do that, to really see like extreme profits, really get detailed setups and then risk, you know, off that high leverage chart that I got that shows you how to flip 1,000 to 20K. Because like I said, if you're only aiming between 10 to 33 points, right, those are your two targets. It was 10 points and 33. If those are your two targets, and like I said, we have a potential trade that give you a 6-for-1, you know what I'm saying? You move up on this chart and you end that trading day. And then you just do it again, and then just do it again. And before you know it, you know, you'll have 20K plus in the bank. So, like I said, the mindset and discipline behind trading is the biggest part. And honestly, when I sit down and think about it, those are all the things that really are about Forex in the industry to me. You know, you gotta stay, you know, committed to the game if you want to learn this. Like I said, I've been doing this now since early 2016. It's like beginning of the year 2016, I think, is when I got started. And we're in 2020 now, and you know, I haven't, you know, made $1 million yet off of trading, but you know, I can say that I've made, you know, some decent money, and I've done some good shit with it. Like even, you know, get a brand new whip. So I don't think I could turn the camera around, but you know, brand new whip. And you know, that's all from trading. One of my students, actually, as of today, he secured a house and possibly get a car thrown into the deal with the house, which is a Corvette. Pretty awesome. And another one of my students, he just got a brand new car around the same time I did. So like I said, my goal is to just always help people and try to see people grow in this, because I know how hard it can be doing this by yourself. Because like I said, I've done this by myself, and I don't want people to go through the same things I went through. It's hard. Like I said, I lost like $4,000 before in a day trading. That shit's real. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, Forex, like I said, is very dope, very cool. I always recommend anybody to get into it, because it's a skill set that can't nobody take away from you. You're always gonna be able to make money as long as there's money around, right? As long as there's currencies around, as far as the dollar, the euro, the pound, the yen, you're gonna be able to make money. I think Forex is a blessing, because, you know, before this, like I said, I was out doing shit I shouldn't be doing to make the money that I want to make, which is, you know, why I love Forex. Because if you know, heard me talk some of my videos, you would know there's some people out here, you know, that risk their life, you know, and risk freedom to make, you know, 1,000 in a day, 2,000 in a day. I still know people that do that, you know what I mean? And you got a platform like Forex that can, you know, legit make you 1,000 in a couple hours, a couple minutes. Hell, more than that in a day. Q Banks made $100,000 in a day trading. And think about this, you can get all that money into your bank account same day. No job pays $100,000 in a day. So, you know, that's the power of Forex, right? And I can keep naming traders that's done amazing stuff, you know, from Q to Ryan. I think I've seen Ryan do like 14K in like a matter of 30 seconds to a minute. Sean Lee, he's done like 300K in a day. I've seen Q Banks do 75,000 in a week. And I'm still trying to get to that level where I can do those type of things. Like my greatest week is only 14K. So, and before that was 9K. So, you know, but which is still good weeks. But I've been on the conservative end, you know, where I'll take $300 in a day, $400 or $500 in a day, sometimes 1,000 in a day. I've done $1,000 days, but you know, it's not always about the money. To me, I always be cherishing the skill set more. At one point, I was cherishing the money, but the downside to that, you have students that come into the game, or new people that come into the game, and they see that, you know, they see the money that you make, and that's what they want to do. They want to emulate what you do, and which is not a bad thing, but, you know, sometimes they're not ready for that, or they don't have the money for that, or they don't have the knowledge for it, and greed really kills. I've seen people literally, you know, stack an account crazy just to make a lot of money, and the trade still go in your favor, but you probably done, you know, over leveraged prior to and blew your account, so you couldn't even stay in the trade long enough. But yeah, those are my thoughts of Forex. I'm not gonna keep rambling on about it. Like I said, I think it's an awesome thing, and people should really get into it. You know, if not, you know, oh well. I'm not out here to beg people to do it. I just, like I said, I just want to show people what's possible. I'm glad I'm doing it. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna see you on the next video.